All right, guys. We are live with another one, guys. Okay, we are live with another one. The mic is hot. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you already know. You might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys. Let me take a sip of that coffee right there. It's fantastic, I must say. Guys, last night was, I must say, if I must say, guys, you know what I mean? It wasn't it wasn't an exciting card. You know what I mean? It wasn't an exciting card. However, okay, for a UFC Apex card held over there in Las Vegas, I must say, guys, there were some, standout performances. Okay, there were some standout performances, and guys, it was a hell of a night for me. When it came to my UFC fight predictions, guys, I did very well. I did very well. I cannot complain. We're gonna go into the details, guys. We're gonna go into this detail because this is what we do here. Okay. Well, first fight of the night, it was Kai versus Dakota Hope. Kai stood in the fight. Kai stood in the fight, and I had Kai winning. I did have Kai winning, and I just believed that he was more durable and more experienced. He was a more experienced fighter. He had experience fighting under the UFC banner. And unfortunately, Dakota Hope, it was his debut. And just wasn't a good look. Just wasn't a good look. Now, look, he was out there fighting for his life. He was out there in the first and second round. He was looking sharp, throwing a lot of haymakers, a lot of power punches. But that comes with experience. I think Dakota Hope needs to, you know, obviously train his stamina and train himself to not use or throw 100% at all times. Maybe those two things can help. But Kai definitely went in there, outperformed him. Not by a long shot, but it was a great performance by both men. And it was a fun night. It really was. How you doing, Jack Jack? Welcome back to your channel and welcome back to your chat, guys. Go Pack Go. How you doing? Go Pack Go. Blessings to you, Muhammad. Blessings to you as well. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, okay? Run up these likes and run up these subscriptions. It goes a long way. Guys, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We are pushing this community, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But guys, moving on, we got Diana Barboza versus Melissa Gatto. Guys, I knew Barboza was going to go in there and do what she does. Okay, she's gonna push Melissa Gatto backwards. She was gonna be aggressive, and I thought she was just gonna be a bully in there. And that's basically how it went. That's basically how it went. Thank you, Jack. Jack, I appreciate that. I mean, Barboza showed that she's you know she's gaining momentum, guys. Okay, she is gaining momentum with every single fight. Look, she lost against Maverick, but Maverick is a hell of a fighter. She's always a contender. She's a fucking bulldozer. Maverick is just always, evolving. And then Barboza ends up getting two winning streak, two good wins. And this will be her third win against Melissa Gatto. 3 wins in a row. I'm impressed. I am impressed. B. Davis, how you doing? Thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to your channel and welcome to your chat. Guys, I must say, I was very disappointed with Azimat Bekioff. Very disappointed. I thought Azimat Bekioff will actually go in there and give a good performance. I mean, at least a lot better than what he did. Trayshawn Gore went in there and started piecing him up in that first and second girls. Guys, he started piecing them up. Girls and guys. Started piecing up Azimat. I had Azimat actually winning this fight, and unfortunately, Trayshawn Gore went in there and showed that he has a different level. Okay? He has a different level to himself. So, look, if Trayshawn Gore can actually go into that octagon and fight the way he did against Azimat, I think Trayshawn Gore can actually become a contender, guys. I'm just being real. That was a great performance by Trayshawn Gore. The combinations were crisp, accurate, and he looked confident in there. You know what I mean? He looked confident in there. So congratulations to Trayshawn Gore to go out there and give a great performance like that. That was phenomenal, man. All right, Jack. Jack, blessings to you, man. Happy Easter to you as well. Happy Easter to you as well. But as well, guys, we also have Alice Pereira versus Haley Cohen. Guys, I did pick Alice Pereira to win this fight. I mean, I thought she was gonna go in there and outstrike Haley Cohen. All right, but never did I think that a Haley Cohen, excuse me, was gonna get KO'd with a stepping flying knee by Pereira. I mean, it, it's unbelievable. That was an unbelievable knockout, phenomenal knockout. I knew she was gonna outstrike her on the feet, but I had no idea she was gonna be able to do that. And when that when that knockout came around, that was furious. Okay, that was furious. But moving on, guys, we had Darius Flowers versus Lanto Venata. I mean, I knew this fight was just gonna be an easy fight for Mr. Flowers. Sorry, because I mean, Lando hasn't fought since COVID, guys. Guys, this is a true story. He hasn't fought since COVID, so there was no way I was gonna put money on that guy. Okay, put Flowers on a fucking double parlay and call it a day. Okay, that's what I did. Moving on, though, I mean, Flores went in there and just hit him with a body shot, hit him with combinations, just put him away early in the second round. I mean, great performance by him. Alessandro Costa, another another great performance. Back to back KOs, Flowers and Alessandro Costa, just back to back KOs. So that was phenomenal. You know what I mean? Stuart Nickel, he was getting pieced up on the feet. I knew that was gonna happen. And then here we go. We have, two dead bodies. Okay, Thomas Peterson versus Gil Herm Pat. Look, Thomas Peterson is a construction worker, and unfortunately, this construction worker beat the hell out of a full-time fighter. Atrocious, I must say. I thought Pat was gonna go in there and actually win this fight. And then all of a sudden, in the third round, he gets caught. Thomas Peterson hits him with a right hand, drops Pat. Pat falls off his feet. Okay? He's fighting for his life, barely making it. I'm screaming at my TV like, what the hell is going on here? This is not supposed to be happening. But unfortunately, it did, and Thomas Peterson won the fight. He literally won the fight. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. Congratulations to him, man. Jose Delano. Look, this was another one of those fights that it was just a barn burner. Robert, he had success early on in the fight, but as the fight went on, Jose Delano looked better and better. His combinations looked phenomenal. He started looking confident later on in the fight. All right. It was a good look for Jose Delano. Let me tell you that much. Okay. He ends up winning the fight. And I did pick Jose Delano to win the fight. And look, it just, I don't know what was going on in the first round with Jose Delano, but Robert was piecing him up in the first round. He looked really confident. But then once the second and third round came around, Jose Delano started piecing him up and started landing some crisp combination. And it looked like Robert didn't want any part of it because all he was doing was retreating. That's facts, guys. And moving on, but we have Tommy McMillan, all right, trains out of the Sean O'Malley training camp. Tommy McMillan went in there, got an early, first round KO, do some punches. Phenomenal. Phenomenal KO. I mean, Milano, look, he was good, but let's be real. He was brought in to get knocked out by Tommy McMillan. That's facts. We know how the UFC does things, guys. They're trying to sell fighters. All right, here comes the real stand out fighter of the night, guys. I'm gonna have to say this, guys. I'm gonna have to. I'm becoming a Ethan Ewing fucking fan. Point blank, period, guys. Okay, Ethan Ewing takes short notice fights, steps into the octagon, okay, and basically kills his adversaries. All right, he is a shark in the water, and his opponents are bleeding blood. That's who Ethan Ewing is. Okay, a great white shark in the water, hunting you down. Okay, that's him. That's what Ethan Ewing is. That guy, I mean, his combinations are phenomenal. His boxing skills are phenomenal. I give it to Ethan Ewing, man. I give it to him, man. I give it to him. He's every time he stepped into the octagon, I can't lie, I always watch. The guy has phenomenal striking, and I love the way he fights. I really do. I enjoy it. And then we had Abdul. I mean, look, man. Everybody knew Abdul was gonna win, guys. Everybody knew Abdul was gonna win. I mean, it was a negative 1,000, odds that Abdul was gonna win, guys. Okay, Brendan was never gonna win that fight. But let me tell you something. Early on in the first couple of seconds, Brendan threw like a left and a right hand and wobbled Abdul, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Abdul better take this fight to the ground as soon as possible. Christian, how you doing, Christian? Welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat, Christian. I did not go live yesterday for this event. Life got in the way, unfortunately. But I will be going live this Saturday for this Miami card, and this numbered card is going to be phenomenal, guys. It really is. But we're breaking down what happened last night. Right now we're at the co-main event. I mean, I knew Verna was going to be able to go in there and beat Tabitha. I just knew Tabitha's wrestling wasn't as good as Verna's. And I just knew that Tabitha's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was good enough that Verna wouldn't be able to submit her. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, guys. I mean, just the way I predicted it, basically. You know what I mean? And then moving on to the main event of the evening. Renato Moicano versus Chris Duncan. I knew it all along, guys, that Chris Duncan just did not have enough for Renato Moicano. I mean, if you just look at their records and look at their opponents that they fought, Chris Duncan hasn't fought anybody at the level of Renato Moicano's record. That's point blank. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. My cat got stuck in a fucking box. I'm telling you, the guy's a fucking idiot. All right, guy's a fucking idiot. Bomb 196. Blessings to you. Christian says, man, Verna went out there and completely out wrestled Tabitha 3 rounds straight, making Tabitha look like a Brazilian Portuguese strawweight dead body. Look, Christian, I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, I knew that was going to happen. And I actually knew that Renato Moicano was going to win by submission, guys. I knew that Chris Duncan has a tendency to get hurt on the feet. And I knew that if Renato Moicano hurts him on the feet, which I knew he will, Chris Duncan will fall and Ronaldo Marcano will jump on his back and soon after get a submission. And honestly, guys, that's the way it went. That's the way the cookie crumbled, guys. And look, if I had to give a grade, okay, an overall grade for this card that just happened, look, I do understand. Let me see something. There was, hold on, one finish, two finishes, three finishes, four finishes, five finishes. So six finishes. There were six finishes out of 13 fights last night. A lot of these fighters, a lot of these names on these fighters are not well known. You know what I mean? But they were standout performances. Like Ethan Ewing, that was a standout performance. Okay, Tommy McMillan, that was a great performance. All right, Jose Delano, I liked his performance as well. Elise Pereira, wow, that was great performance. Trayshawn Gore, didn't expect him to win that fight against Azimat. Great performance. So, in my opinion, guys, if I had to give a grade to this card, I'm gonna give this card. I'm just gonna be honest. It was a solid card. It kept me entertained. It was a solid card. I'm not gonna say it was trash. I'm not gonna say it was completely trash, but I'm not gonna say it was the most perfect card. I'm gonna give this card. I'm gonna give this card a 7 point. I'm gonna give this card a 7.4. A 7.4. I'm gonna give this card a 7.4. Zero being trash, 10 being best. It was a good card. It was a good card. It kept me entertained. It really did. Okay. Verna is no fucking joke, but put some goddamn respect on her fucking name. Look, man, I agree with that. Guys, when it comes to my UFC fight predictions, last night I went 11-2, guys. Okay, 11 wins and 2 losses. All right, that pushes my record for my UFC fight predictions for 2026. My record stands at 73 wins and 41 losses, guys. I mean, sorry, guys, that is wrong. Sorry, that is wrong. That is my old record. That is my old record. I apologize. My new record is 84 wins and 43 losses. Okay. That is 84 wins and 43 losses. Okay. When it comes to my UFC fight predictions, I say it one more time: 84 wins and 43 losses. Okay. We're doing good, man. We're killing it. We're going to continue pushing it. We're going to continue building this community. All right, together. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But guys, the card that is coming up is honestly the card that everybody has been waiting for, and most likely is going to go down as one of the best cards in 2026, guys. All right, but already a fight has fallen off. Okay, a fight has fallen off of this card, unfortunately. Okay. I believe Joshua Van versus Tatsuo Chara is out of this UFC 327. I think they got rebooked for UFC 328 if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Honestly, I thought that this card was going to be fucking atrocious, dude. But after watching it, it turned out to be better than I expected it to be. Look, I'm on the same boat, Christian. Honestly, Christian, I'm on the same boat. I mean, when you look at the card, right? When you look at the card, it did not look entertaining at all. At all. Like there was not even one good, well-known name. I mean, Macchiano was the only one person, honestly, that you can say fought high-level competitors. You know, I mean, yeah, Verna fought high-level competitors as well, but we're talking about well-known, and Verna is definitely not well-known out there in the world. You know what I mean? But when you look at this card, yeah, man, I thought it was gonna be trash, but it actually delivered. It actually delivered. It kept me entertained. And now we're waiting at UFC. We're waiting for UFC 327. Okay, headlined by Jerry Prohaska versus Carlos Ulberg. This is going to be a barn burner. We got Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokick. I mean, look, I like Josh Hokick. I really do. He has a puncher's chance. The guy goes in there, and you can expect a bar fight basically out of him. All right, and then we got Johnny Walker versus Dominic Reyes. I mean, look, I like Dominic Reyes, but unfortunately, he's just not the same guy. Dominic Reyes is just not the same guy, and I see Johnny Walker going in there and getting a KO, man. I see that happening. And then we got Aaron Pico versus Patricio Pitbull. This is gonna be this card. I'm just looking at this card. I'm getting excited. We got Nate the Train versus Cub Swanson, guys. It's gonna be a banger, man. All right, I'm giving UFC Fight Night Las Vegas an easy 8.7 out of 10. That right there was absolutely entertaining. It actually delivered, ladies and gentlemen. 8.7, man. You went way higher than what I scored it. I ended up scoring that card a 7.4. It was a solid card. It kept me entertained. It wasn't the best card just because, of the name aspect, right? But it kept me entertained. It kept me entertained. It was definitely a good card. Man, the opener for UFC 327 is Kevin Gastelum and Vicente Luque, guys. This is gonna be a banger. I can't wait. I'm gonna go ahead and give my UFC fight predictions. I'm not even gonna spend too much time on this, to be honest with you. I'm not. I know everybody on this card. I've seen how they fight. I know their abilities. So I'm just gonna go in there and give my UFC predictions live. I might as well do that. You know what I mean? Because this is for me. This is an easy one for me to pick. But we shall see. We shall see how everything turns out at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But anyways, guys, you already know what this is, okay? This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you already know. You might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Until next time, I'll see you then.